if more VCs automate things with AI, what could be the differentiator for the VC? Because if they have the same process, is that a brand that only matters?
That's a good question. Well, I don't think venture capital will, I mean, it's not going to change overnight. It's a very slow industry in terms of innovation. The life cycles are long. Funds, every fund is a 10-year life cycle. Any new strategy takes 10 years to prove. There's little incentive for people who've been successful for 20 years to change their strategy, especially if they've been successful. And there's few seats at the top, which means the turnover of like people kind of one generation of general partners, leaving next coming up is also slow. So it is a slow to change cycle. That being said, yes, I do think VCs will increasingly become data driven. And it's a trend that's been going on since before Gen AI. We've seen more and more, especially at later stage, kind of data-driven funds. I think we'll see a lot more VCs leverage AI agents, either in different aspects of it, right? I know some people who, like us, who use it for diligence. I know some people who are using it more for communication or for scoring companies, right? So there's a lot of different areas of VCs that you can automate. That being said, I don't think the way VCs diligence companies are the same, right? I think what you decide to focus on, what you decide to weigh, what kind of data you want to collect is different as a VC. And I think, that's one area that's going to differentiate yourself. It's like, what are the questions you're asking the AI in the first place to come to your decision? And I think VC's hard to automate because of, it's not just about like increasing the odds of every investment. It's really about looking for outliers. And I think that is, I do think finding the outlier is just a harder thing to do with AI, right? Especially in like a immense power law where like you're going to invest, if I see AI scoring is a good example. I don't really use AI to score, right? If I look at 100 companies, if I'm probably talking to one out of every 100 companies I come across, if you're talking about like idea at the idea level, again, it's hard for me to think that I could build an AI that would pick the same 1 in 100 that I would every time. Right, and it's so important for me to, it's so important for me to talk to the right spend time talking to the right companies. Again, even if every VC were to try to automate everything, I think a lot of VCs would still be very different.